Hi, and welcome to English Channel. Are you learning English? Great. Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Let's get started.
Introduction. Every morning when we open our eyes, our mind often starts to worry. Sometimes one message or a negative word from yesterday can make us feel tired before the day even begins. We wake up in a new day, but we still carry old stress and old emotions inside our hearts. Because of this, the whole day can feel heavy and difficult. In Buddhist teachings, there is a simple practice using 5 morning sentences. These 5 lines can help us clean our energy, calm our thoughts, and start the day with a clear and peaceful mind. Teaching 1. I am grateful for this new day. Gratitude is a gentle doorway that brings our mind back to the present moment. The present moment is the most precious gift we have, but we often forget it. We think about yesterday. We worry about tomorrow. When this happens, our heart becomes heavy, and we cannot see the beauty in front of us. But when we say, I am grateful for this new day, we return to the here and now. Gratitude does not need something big. It begins with small things that we often ignore. You can be grateful for your breath, slowly moving in and out of your body. You can be grateful for your eyes, which help you see the soft morning light. You can be grateful for your heart, which has worked hard for many years, even when it has been hurt. When you notice these simple gifts, you create warm and positive energy inside yourself. However, if we start the morning with complaints, our mind becomes negative. A negative morning often leads to a negative day. It is like planting a seed. The morning is the time when you plant the first seed of your thoughts. If you plant a seed of worry, you will feel stress for the rest of the day. But if you plant a seed of gratitude, you will grow calmness, clarity, and peace. That is why many Buddhist teachings say, begin your day with thankfulness. Gratitude strengthens your mind. It helps you welcome the challenges and joys of the new day with an open heart. When you say, I am grateful for this new day, you are telling yourself that today is a gift. You are ready to live it peacefully, wisely, and with more love than yesterday. Teaching 2. I embrace impermanence. Impermanence means that everything in life is always changing. Nothing stays the same, not even for 1 second. Our thoughts change, our emotions change, our relationships change, and even our bodies change every day. This is a natural law of life. But many people forget this truth, and that forgetting becomes the root of suffering. We suffer because we try to hold things still. We want good moments to stay forever, and we want difficult moments to disappear immediately. We want people to behave the way we imagine. We want success to last without effort. But life does not follow our wishes. It follows its own flow, like clouds moving across the sky. When we resist this flow, our hearts become stressed, afraid, or disappointed. Impermanence is not something negative. Impermanence does not take away everything. It also brings many new and beautiful things into our lives. Rain stops and makes room for sunlight. Tears dry and make space for smiles. A painful ending can open the door to a kinder beginning. When you understand this, fear becomes softer. you start to see that change is not your enemy, it is your teacher. When you say, "I embrace impermanence," you remind yourself that everything is a visitor. Emotions come and go, problems come and go, even joy comes and goes. Because nothing stays forever, every moment becomes precious. You learn to enjoy happiness fully when it appears, and you learn to stay calm when difficulties come. Accepting impermanence helps reduce worry. Many of our fears come from the desire to control things we cannot control. When we try to control life, we become tired. But when we relax and allow life to move naturally, our hearts become lighter. We understand that all moments, good or bad, are temporary. This understanding brings peace. You can practice a simple exercise whenever you feel anxious. Take a slow breath in and say silently, "Everything is changing." Then breathe out gently and say, "I am growing." With just a few breaths, your mind becomes clearer and your body becomes more relaxed. You remember that you, too, are changing every day, becoming wiser and stronger. To embrace impermanence is to walk with life, not against it. It is to trust that every change carries a lesson and a possibility. When you hold this truth in your heart, you will face each day with more peace, more courage, and more freedom. Teaching 3. I cultivate compassion for myself and others. Compassion is the wish for all beings to be happy and free from suffering. When we look deeply, we see that every person in this world wants the same things. We all want peace. We all want safety. We all want love. No one wants pain. No one wants to feel lonely or afraid. When we remember this truth, our heart becomes softer and more open. Compassion always begins with ourselves. Many people try to be kind to others, but forget to be kind to their own hearts. Sometimes we blame ourselves for past mistakes. Sometimes we speak harshly to ourselves when we fail. But the Buddha taught that true compassion must first touch our own wounds. When we understand our own pain, we can understand the pain of others more easily. When you say, "I cultivate compassion for myself and others," you give yourself permission to heal. You tell your heart, it is okay to be imperfect. It is okay to grow slowly. It is okay to rest. You can place your hand on your chest and whisper, "You have done your best. I am here for you." Even one moment of self-kindness can bring great relief. When we know how to comfort our own suffering, we can look at others with more understanding. A person who becomes angry is usually someone who is hurting inside. A person who speaks harshly may be someone who feels afraid or rejected. A person who seems cold may simply be scared of being abandoned. When we see people this way, we respond with less judgment and more empathy. Compassion does not mean weakness. It does not mean letting others hurt us. Instead, compassion is a quiet strength. It helps us break the chain of anger and stop the cycle of hurt. When you choose kindness, you create peaceful energy around you. Your home becomes warmer. Your relationships become gentler. People feel safe when they are near you. You can practice a simple exercise every day. When someone makes you upset or uncomfortable, pause and take a breath. In your heart, say softly, "May you be peaceful. May you be free from suffering." These simple wishes remind you that the other person is also human, also struggling, also trying their best. A heart that knows compassion is a heart that heals. And when your heart heals, the world around you begins to heal too. Teaching 4. I walk the path of wisdom. Walking the path of wisdom does not mean collecting more information or filling your mind with complicated ideas. True wisdom is much deeper. It is the ability to see clearly, to understand the real nature of a situation, and to stay calm even when life becomes difficult. Many people think that wisdom comes from knowing a lot, but the truth is different. Wisdom comes from awareness, reflection, and understanding yourself. A wise person does not ask, "Why do bad things happen to me?" Because that question only creates more sadness and confusion. Instead, they ask, "What is this teaching me?" This simple shift changes everything. It turns problems into lessons, pain into growth, and challenges into opportunities. When you ask this question, you stop seeing yourself as a victim. You begin to see yourself as a student of life. To live with wisdom, you must make decisions with clarity, not with anger or fear. When emotions are high, wisdom becomes low. That is why calmness is the foundation of wise action. When your mind is calm, you can see things as they really are. You respond instead of reacting. You choose instead of being pushed by your emotions. A calm mind leads to a clear life. Before making any decision, big or small, you can ask yourself 3 powerful questions. 1. Is this wholesome? Will this action bring goodness, peace, or kindness into my life or the lives of others? 2. Will this harm anyone? Not only physical harm, but emotional harm. Will my words or actions hurt someone, even unintentionally? 3. Will this help me grow? Does this decision make me a better person? Does it bring me closer to the life I want to live? When you answer these 3 questions honestly, you naturally walk on the path of wisdom. Your choices become cleaner. Your actions become kinder. Your mind becomes clearer. And slowly, step by step, you build a life that is guided by understanding, not confusion, by compassion, not ego, by awareness, not impulse. Walking the path of wisdom is not about being perfect. It is about being mindful, open, and willing to learn from every moment. When you live this way, every experience becomes a teacher, and every day becomes a step toward peace. Teaching 5. I am at peace with myself. Inner peace is not something we find by trying to control every situation or predict every outcome. Many people believe that if they plan perfectly, avoid mistakes, and prevent all problems, they will finally feel calm. But life does not work that way. Change is constant. Challenges appear without warning. Others may say or do things we cannot control. True peace comes not from managing the outside world, but from strengthening the inside world. When your mind is steady, the storms of life cannot shake you. To be at peace with yourself means accepting who you are in this moment. You do not need to become someone else to feel worthy, lovable, or complete. Society often tells us that we must earn peace or happiness by achieving more, proving ourselves, or becoming better. But real peace begins when you stop fighting yourself. When you let go of the pressure to be perfect, you give your heart space to rest. You realize that you are already enough. A peaceful mind is not easily influenced by praise or criticism. When someone compliments you, you appreciate it, but you don't cling to it. When someone criticizes you, you listen if it's helpful, but you don't let it destroy your confidence. Peace comes when your sense of self-worth no longer depends on the opinions of others. You understand that people speak from their own experiences, their own wounds, and their own perceptions. Their words are not your identity. This understanding becomes even deeper when you recognize the nature of the ego, the self that constantly wants to be right, to be praised, to be protected. When the ego is strong, you feel attacked easily. A small comment can hurt you. A disagreement can shake your mood. But when the ego softens, there is nothing to defend. If someone says something unkind, it passes through you like wind passing through an open window. There is no hard wall for it to hit and cause pain. This is the heart of true inner freedom. To cultivate this kind of peace, you can practice a simple and gentle exercise each morning or whenever you feel overwhelmed. Place your hand on your chest. Feel the warmth of your palm. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. With every inhale, imagine calm entering your body. With every exhale, imagine releasing tension, fear, and self-judgment. Slowly say to yourself, I am peaceful. I am safe. Let these words sink into your heart. They are not just sentences. They are reminders of your true nature. Peace is not something you chase. It is something you return to. When you practice this regularly, your inner landscape changes. The world may still be noisy, but your mind becomes quiet. Problems may still appear, but you face them with clarity. Others may still misunderstand you, but you remain steady. You begin to live from a place of groundedness rather than reaction. You begin to trust yourself more. You begin to breathe more freely. Inner peace is not the absence of difficulties. It is the presence of stability, acceptance, and kindness toward yourself. And when you are at peace with yourself, you become a source of peace for everyone around you. Conclusion: the 5 morning reminders are like 5 pillars that support a peaceful and meaningful life. Each one is simple, but together they create strong inner stability for the whole day. The first pillar is gratitude. Gratitude brings your mind back to the present moment, where true life happens. When you start your morning with appreciation, you plant a seed of calm and positivity. The second pillar is impermanence. When you remember that everything is always changing, you can relax your heart. You no longer fight life. Instead, you move with it gently and naturally. The third pillar is compassion. Compassion helps you heal your own pain and understand the pain of others. With compassion, relationships become softer and communication becomes kinder. The fourth pillar is wisdom. Wisdom does not mean knowing everything. It means seeing clearly and choosing actions based on calm understanding. When you ask yourself, is this wholesome? Will this harm anyone? Will this help me grow? You guide your life with intention. The fifth pillar is peace. Peace comes from inside, not from outside. When you stop letting opinions and events control your emotions, you stand firm like a mountain in the middle of the storm. All 5 qualities, gratitude, impermanence, compassion, wisdom, and peace, are already inside you. They are not things you need to search for. They are seeds waiting to be watered every morning. With practice, they grow stronger and support you throughout the day. Applying these teachings in daily life, you can use these reminders in simple ways. When you wake up, choose just one sentence to focus on. Repeat it slowly while breathing deeply. During the day, if you feel stressed or lost, return to that sentence. Let it guide your thoughts and actions. If your mind becomes heavy with worries, remind yourself of impermanence. If you feel hurt by someone, practice compassion. If you face a difficult choice, turn to wisdom. If emotions rise, place a hand on your heart and return to peace. These teachings are not theories. They are tools, gentle, practical, and powerful. Use them as often as you need. And now, one final question for you. Which sentence will you begin with tomorrow morning?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.